which is unusual for us. Normally, we're an evening show, you know what I mean? But please introduce yourselves. We'll start right to this side of me here, man, and go right around and tell us what band you're part of, bud, because you guys are a long way away from us.
Yeah, okay. I am Emil, and I'm the rhythm guitarist of Pressure.
Yeah,
Simon,
it's
go
me.
ahead.
All right. Okay. Yeah, yeah. My name is Simon. I am. Um, I don't know what I am. I'm a bit tired today. I
Yeah.
play guitar. I know that, and I also do some drums and sometimes bass, but we have a better person for that. And I do some backing vocals and vocals when we go for the our draft songs, but never live. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, right.
I'm Ollie, a new member of Pressure Band. I'm very happy, actually. Backing vocals.
You
So
sound
are we,
very.
Ollie. So are we.
All
That's
right.
awesome.
And I'm Olaf. I'm one of the lead singers in the band. Yeah, that's kind of it.
So, tell, give us a little background. You guys are all the way from Sweden. So, how did you guys end up becoming this band in that sense, way over there? Like, I hear it 100 times here, but it's always a better story when I hear the overseas stuff.
All right. I think Emil, you have to start this journey, and then we pass it on as we met all of us.
You sure? Okay. Well, I guess I started it all. No, I did not. Basically, I got a tip from a colleague of mine at that time. This is more than 10 years ago, right, Simon?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 2008.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
hit the wrong
time
button,
flies.
man. Sorry, bud.
Yeah. So
There we go.
anyhow, I got the tip. I actually, I played saxophone from the beginning, and I just started playing guitar, and I got this tip from a friend of mine. You need to go and check out this guitar teacher. He's really cool. And I go there, and voila, Simon is
I
there.
know everything's backwards here, right? Like,
Yeah. So sort of undecisive. Okay. So anyhow, Simon was my guitar teacher, and after a few months, Simon invites me to his infamous barbecues. I didn't know they were infamous at
oh.
the time, but I learned. So anyhow, at this barbecue with some influence of alcohol, I've been told. Um,
Some.
Simon, yeah,
Just a bit, right? Just a
yeah,
little bit.
he tells me, Emil, you need to come out and play live on stage. And I've been playing live on stage before, but not in the rock setting. So I just laughed him off and said, yeah, Simon, very, very funny. And then I think it was just a week or something after that, Simon calls me again and says, hey, Emil, in 2 weeks, we are in one of my current band configurations. Our bass player is away and we need a bass. You shall play the bass. And Simon, I never held the bass before. It's easy. It's just 4 strings.
Yeah, easy,
So,
they say, right? Yeah,
yep.
right.
So it basically ends up with me. I have to learn 60 songs in 2 weeks on an instrument I've never held. And I move home to Simon, and we do that. I basically live in his house for some time. And that sort of started our connection. So we got friends after this, more or less. And I sort of the bass player returned, of course, and then I started playing guitar as a rhythm guitarist in this same band. And the years passed by, and we have been in many different configurations, me and Simon, playing cover songs. And we were all over Sweden playing at many different venues, company parties, birthdays, and standard pubs. We've been everywhere, it seems.
Yeah, your local scenes, like playing weddings too, such.
Yeah, we
So,
started like that. It's nice. And
so
we
yeah, you
okay.
can go on, Simon.
Oh, okay.
If you pick it up from there, I think you do it better.
All right. We like lived that on that circuit for around 10 years or so, playing, touring, and doing all the normal cover parties and stuff. And we, especially me, got very tired of it, doing the same songs, week. So I started to rearrange the songs. I kind of killed the melodies. I kind of killed the lyrics. I kind of killed the beat. I changed all the silly pop songs into metal songs. I translated all the Swedish songs to English and vice versa, all the English to Swedish, and yeah, I did a lot of strange things. And by this time, we lost one of our singers, and I ended up singing in the band, and that's not good. No, I can promise you that. I actually, we named ourselves the Crow Show. I think that was for my voice, and me and Emil said, okay, we cannot do this. We need to find someone who can sing. So we started to audition for a new singer, and we tried quite a few, and we didn't find anyone who fit the sound with the heavy rock songs versions of the modern songs that we did. Until one day, this strange guy walks into us, and who could that be, Olof?
Down in the shadows.
It wasn't me, it was somebody else, but then I came after the strange guy and they found me. No, I came in that part, and we started. I've been playing in some cover bands before I met these guys, but I had a little pause from that because I got to be a father and I had two small children, and me and my wife thought that could take a little break from the singing to in the early years of the kids. So I did, and then one day I think our youngest one turned 2 years old or something. She said, "All right, if you want to go out and play now, try to find a band." And I think the same day I started looking advertising for singers, and I called and answered a few of them. And one of the guys were these two, and I came to the audition, and I was kind of fine with playing covers because I haven't gotten tired of it yet. And so when I met them and they said, "All right, this is what we're gonna do. Here's a cover song, but the lyrics is in Swedish. Normally it's in English, but we translated it to Swedish, and the song is nothing about what it's really about. If it's love, it was written about how hysteric the society is. Kind of everything was changed, and they changed some of the riffs, but you could still recognize the song, and you think to yourself, I've heard this song before, but what is it? And I tried singing that, and then I went home that evening, and my wife asked me when I came home, "Well, what did you think?" And I said, "I have actually no idea. There's too much in my head going on right now. So I have to sleep on this thing." So I went to sleep, wake up the next morning, and I said, "All right, this could be the best thing in my life or the most crazy thing in my life. And then why take a chance? If there's any possibility that it could be the best thing, why not try it out?" So that's I did, and then we started playing together, and we put up a show, and we had some gigs, and we also said that we probably should record some songs, put on Spotify to show people what we are doing, because it could be hard to explain that, yeah, we do cover songs, but they sound almost like the covers, but not really. And it's easier to record something. So we started to recording. But when we did our first recorded song, since I was singing everything in Swedish, I said, shouldn't I sing in my own dialect? Because I live in Stockholm with these guys, but I came from the south of Sweden, where we have a very different dialect that's a mix between Swedish and Danish.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little bit different sound to the. So I said, shouldn't I start to sing in my own dialect to be more me? And they said, all right, yeah, try it out. And yeah, that was when we, all right, maybe you should start singing in that way. And then Simon said, all right, but the riff, I think we should do it a totally another riff. So he did another riff. And then we said, but if we do the riff like that, then we maybe should change the melody to this thing. And after that, we changed the tune of the song, and we changed the speed of the song. So nothing of the original was left, because everything was rewritten.
Yeah.
And when we recorded that song, we thought, this is actually the best thing we ever done. And we said, why should we could keep on doing these cover songs? So Simon started writing all the songs. We kept some of his lyrics for the old songs, but we had to rewrite that as well a little bit to fit to the new music he wrote, because then we started writing music that fitted my voice and fitted these two guys to play. And that's where when we also came out with the name Pressure, because almost all of our songs, not really all, but most of them, is of some kind of pressure. It could be a good pressure, it could be a bad pressure. It depends on how you interpret the song and maybe what's been going on in your own life. Most of our songs is also can be interpreted in different ways, and we want them to be like that. You can build your own story around the songs.
It almost makes it, when you hear that song, personal to you, regardless what you were feeling, I guess, in that sense, when you wrote it, right? Like you were feeling this, but when I hear it, I feel this, and this is why I love this song, right? And it could be no connection at all, but it's still connected through your music, right? Like,
yeah, and a really great thing is actually when Simon sends us a draft of an ID, and we listen to it, and maybe a little bit later we talk about, okay, what's the song is about, and we can have 3 different ways of seeing the song, and that's a thing that we want people to be able to make our songs their own. They should fit to their life.
mm-hmm.
Well, I've been speaking a lot, and then we of course have Ollie that came in just for a few months ago or weeks ago, and so
Olaf.
head over to you.
Time flies when you have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, my story is not that long as Olaf's, so I'll be very quick. Yeah, I was a part of a cover duo and had like gigs here and there. Before that, yeah, I attended a couple of cover bands. We had contracts, and not interesting. But I've been always dreaming of joining a band. Something like Pressure, yeah, something hard rock, metal, something like that. And just one night like this, I was just scrolling through Facebook posts, and I just noticed one advertisement that a band from Sweden is looking for a female vocalist. And I was like, okay, I can give it a shot. And I just texted, and some guy named Simon texted me back with a very, very long message. And I actually replied like 2, 3 lines, and he texted me back with even longer message. So that's where I thought that he was not a human, just a bot talking to me and not answering any of my questions. Yeah, so we kept talking, and yeah, he started answering, and after a very, very long audition, I think it was like a month long, I got a message from them that they would like me to join their band. And yeah, it's been a couple of months, Olaf.
Yep.
Now, you guys, I'm sure we can mention you guys have a new song coming out very, very soon.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to elaborate on this new tune a little bit? Is that possible? I don't know if you're allowed to talk about shit. I don't know, right? So.
Yeah, you're allowed. You're allowed. But I think I pass it to you, Simon. Tell them all about Am I Too Old?
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Pressure is a bit different than other bands when it comes to songwriting and songs. Actually,
I've noticed that actually.
We always instead of writing a good melody or a good riff or a drum beat or something, we always start with a lyric. And all our lyrics are based upon our own experiences, our own stories. Me myself, I collect stories.
I do the same. This is why I do the show, and it really reflects in the newer music I'm writing. Right, like
yeah, exactly.
So I understand you, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you collect stories, and then I choose the style of music that will fit the story to be told. So one story can be really dramatic, one other can be influenced by power metal, next can be thrash metal, next one can be just hair metal or whatever. But it would fit this. We always choose the style of the song to be what the story is all about. So you cannot find one precious sound. You cannot do the this is AC/DC, this is precious sound, because it will not be that way for us. I saw one question in the chat if we were inspired by the Swedish rock duo Roxette. We'll listen to Roxette. They are very talented, or we are really missing Marie Fredriksson.
Actually pull it up there.
The
the trick on the phone.
But
Got my studio up yet, so I'm still at the barbecue in the garage on the phone. Fucking
yeah. But am I too old? Is I would call it a dramatic song about ageism and self-doubt and midlife crisis, because you start questioning if you are too old to start anew or to start living your dreams. Perhaps you have lived your life through in the hunt for money or success or love or whatever, but your true desires has just been an arm's reach away, but you have never dared to do it. And now when you try, I should have started to play the guitar, but I cannot do that. I'm too old. I can never be good at it. Or I want to do a sport. Okay, but I cannot be good at that. I mean, those guys, they have trained that since they were 10 years old, and I cannot start now. We all go through this phase in life, and people will recognize this. I mean, I have a lot of people around me who have been experiencing this. I have been through the phase myself endless time, but I mean, as a musician, I have a lot of mental issues, I would say.
Hey, we dabble, we talk about this a lot, and I just recently went through some terrible shit myself, and it really put me in a hole, right? And I haven't done really. You guys are like my third interview back since I've been kind of like
We're honored to
refocusing
be
on what
there.
I should be fucking doing, you know, and the show is what I should be doing. The
Yeah,
music is what I should be doing, right? Like,
yeah,
so
that's the relief. I mean,
you know,
I can never stress that enough, because the song tells this story that you are, um, you can feel this way, but you always have a choice,
hmm
to do this, because in the end, no, perhaps you are too old to be the world champion in something, but you will be able to reach your own goals if you set them
hmm
not too high, but just to do the experiences. I mean,
yeah, you
myself,
don't
I
have to
have,
stand on the podium to be
no, you
fucking
have
be
the experience,
happy with what you accomplished.
exactly, the travel is the real
Mm.
experience here. You don't have to be in the spotlight to do it. I mean, I have been playing guitar since I was 6 years old, and I've never, I can never imagine myself doing anything else. I play guitar as a full time, and I do it. I play for like between 6 and 10 hours a day. And
Yeah.
I'm not nearly rich. I don't know where how much I don't know how much money I will get next month. I don't know
Yeah, yeah.
what I will do, but I can never ever give up my passion. I will die.
I hear you and
And
I feel you.
and
Like,
and this is so important for people to know. And am I too old? Raises the question about self doubt, and we want this song to help people understand that everyone is feeling this way sometimes in life. You are not alone of feeling this way. You are feeling that, oh, I am alone. Everyone else has friends, love,
mm,
interest, everything,
yeah.
and me, what have I done? But all of us have
But
this question,
that's
but we're not talking about that, but the song is doing that. So that's the story
mhm.
about behind Am I Too Old?
But that is the most fantastic part about live shows when you go there, whether you go by yourself or you go with a bunch of friends or whatever, it doesn't matter. When you're all standing there, whether it's fucking 50 people or 50,000 people singing that
Yeah,
song, you feel
yeah,
connected. You feel
yeah, yeah.
back, you know, you feel good now, you know. And then after the show, I've been to so many that it's like a drug, you know. After the show, you sit in the car before you drive, you're like, whoo, that was intense, you know, regardless. Like, it's a relief. It's almost a therapy in that sense, even for you
Yes,
guys to play these songs that you are doing, right? Like, that's got to be a release on
yes,
some point, right?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, even when we actually like to doing the rehearsal as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we don't have a problem to go to rehearse together because you let go of everything. We have other daytime jobs, but when you go into the and pick up the mic and a guitar, everything else disappears for a few hours, and then you get out of the bubble again, but you feel so refreshed.
Yeah, but it's like a reprieve in a sense, you know, getting away from the undesirable for a little bit, you know, and
yeah, yeah,
it's the whole world. Like it literally becomes your whole world in that moment when you're watching your band on stage, you know. You're like, yeah. So to
yeah.
lead
I
into
know.
another question, your local bands, who else are you guys listening to? Who should get a shout out tonight? Who should we be listening to as well?
Oh, there are so many. I love good
Right?
music. It's one of my drugs. I love to, as you said, I love to be on local bands. I love to support them. I love to support national, international acts. I love to discover new music. I am one of
Of
those
course.
guys who always seek new music, new inspirations, new things to do. But I can mention a lot of different guys. Well, what should I start? I could sit here like 45 minutes and just babble bands, but I've been
Right.
listening a lot to some national, international bands lately. I've been listening to Sonata Arctica. I've been listening to Nightwish. I've been listening to Sabaton. I've been listening to some really nice, more or less known bands. I've been
That's what I like to hear,
discovering.
though. Like, you're supporting your local bands in that sense. Like, a lot of people don't even know. Like, we have Cross Dogs, Dead Man's Prophecy out of Montreal. I'm wearing their shirt tonight. You know, like, these are bands you don't hear on the radio and shit, but you can find their music, man. It's way better, you know, than what you're gonna fucking hear on the radio, right? So let's go right
There is
around. What are everybody's influences, or who are you listening to recently for inspiration?
Well, I can start. For inspiration, I don't have a genre only in the rock and roll genre. I listen to people that love what they're doing. I think I experience it that they love what they're doing. So my inspirations is from different kind of artists that I don't maybe want to sound exactly like them, but I like what they. I mean, Robbie Williams has a really good performance on show. Of course, Freddie Mercury is a great performance.
Yeah.
And then you have Teoström, a Swedish singer that can express himself really, really, really good when he's singing. To mention a few. So it could be Sarah Brightman. I like as well.
I got some Cher on my playlist and some Adele, right? So I can't.
Yeah.
I can't really. I laugh at it, but I shouldn't, right?
Yeah, but I mean, so I can listen to classical music if I'm in that mood, and I can listen to really hard metal another day. It depends on what mood I'm in.
100%.
If they love what they're doing when they're doing it, that could really do it for me.
You feel it in that music, though. Like,
yeah,
as the singers, like when you guys are on stage, is it like every night you feel it, or some nights you got to push yourself through? You're like, fuck it, I hate it. You know, I'm gonna sing the same songs. Do you ever change it up? Like, how does that work for you guys?
For me, if I should start and then I pass it on to you, Ollie. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. I have not. I don't hate the songs. I haven't gotten that far. But of course, some days you are maybe a little bit more tired, so you have to kick yourself in the ass a little bit to get you started and to get that really, really level that you want to be on. You feel the energy, and if you feel the energy, it doesn't matter if you have been doing the song 100 times before, because I'm still loving all of our songs in different ways. So I haven't gotten to that part yet. And you, Ollie?
Well, it's been only a couple of months.
Yeah, of course, right? There's got to be songs like you put on in your car and you just scream away, and you've done it for 10, 20 years now, right? But you never get sick of it, right?
If we talk about our influencers, I can listen to them all day long, all night long. I'm from that new metal generation, and I can listen to, I don't know, Korn, Slipknot, Evanescence. I adore those bands. Marilyn Manson, Limp Bizkit. I can go on like that. Yeah. So, and as for my guilty pleasure songs, if you don't know, I'm from Belarus. So yeah, there probably gonna be some very, very bad pop Russian songs. You just, for a couple of minutes you dance and then go back to corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear you. Actually, we've interviewed a few bands, or sorry, me myself, in Storm, and then there was another band out of Moscow, Russia, that we've had on, and then my friends Anna and them, they do like cello, laid back music for the most part, but they do a few covers of some heavier songs. But they're actually from Russia. I went and had dinner with them, did a live interview. We ate dinner. They were homeless in India for like 5 years, and then they finally made it to fucking Canada or whatever, right? And then history is history, right? But
Yeah. Can I also answer that question? I think I have
of course.
another approach actually, because my approach is that when I have to be in the music to do the music. One of my earliest teachers said that anyone can learn music, anyone can learn to play an instrument, but very few have got the ability and the time to master it so much so you can make music out of an instrument. And to be able to turn your instrument into something that really interprets how you feel, then you need to have a feeling bank. So here's what I do. If you are in a room and you stump your toe, you really smack it into this chair or something, and it hurts like,
Oh, it's over. You're on the floor crying.
Yeah, just stop for 1 second and remember, okay, this is pain. And then when you need pain on stage, you go back to that moment from the toe. And then you get pain into the guitar. I promise you that. And another thing that I would like to say in this matter is that I kind of want to challenge my fellow guitarists out there, because there are so many good guitarists, star guitarists, the aces of them all. But what do? They play the same solos, the written solos that are on the album with small variations. They do that live. And I think they're just plain lazy and bad. Okay? I have said that.
I agree. I personally can't. I don't know. I've never been a solo artist myself. I'm always that riff. I have that, that background riff down to a science. But I've always wondered when you're playing solos, like I know Frank Zappa was very famous for he never played the same solo twice. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I asked about lyrics. Like, I've heard Korn when he did Falling Away From Me. I've heard it live quite a few times, and it's never quite the same when he's singing it. You know what I mean? Like, your chorus is the same, but he always is adding new stuff to it, right? Like, you guys do the same, obviously, right?
Yeah. I especially me, I do, because I cannot feel the same way that I did the last night when I played that solo, or when I do that when I recorded it. Our producers hate me because they say, it was a good solo take, but can you change the second bar? And I'd be like, no, I don't know how I played that, but I can give you a new solo.
Here's a new one, right? I know. I've seen documentaries on Van Halen, and the studios would rewrite his songs and solos, and he'd have to relearn his own fucking song to play it. Like, that just sounds insane to me, right? Like, how is it being with a production company and producers and shit? How do you guys manage that chaos and like keep it real?
We have two really, really good producers. Izzy von Scarecrow and Jonte Carlson. Izzy is our god of sound, and a really harsh god. We get a lot of reprimands. Oh, but that's not tight. You do this. No.
Right.
We always think that we are good, and then we get the long emails back. So we get a lot of feedback, but
it's always to the point.
Yeah, they are to the point. The worst thing is that we usually that no, what no. The production come with something like, oh, you should have a longer solo there, or you should add a chorus, or you should. And we say no, 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 and then we try what they say, and then
Mhm.
okay, they were right.
That's that's got to
So,
be
but
harsh.
no, we have learned to
Is
live
it
with that.
is it the same with the vocals then? Like, do you guys go in and sing? Do you have to sing it 100 times on recording, or is it one take? They're
No,
happy. Or?
no. I'm
More than 100.
one of my one of the biggest critics is me actually. I do a recording normally when Simon sends a draft of a song. He will get it
Mhm.
back in 7 or 8 different tunes that I recorded in for him, and tell him, all right, if I sing it in this tune, this is really great in the song, but if we do it in this tune, maybe this part is good. Could we do something and then we change the melody?
You
And
mean in this key, right? Yeah.
yeah, in the key. Sorry.
Yeah,
And
I kind
and
of hate you
yeah, I know,
actually.
but you love
The
me in the end. It will be really good.
the fun thing is I usually it's usually me that write the songs, and the way that I do that I fall into kind of a writer's trance. When I get the thing in my head, it's like a bad drug that needs to go out. So I lock myself into the studio. I do a draft, or we are talking about a draft. I record everything. I do drums, bass, guitars, vocals, everything in a couple of hours, and then I have to sleep or something like that. I'm totally exhausted, and then you
Oh
send
yeah,
this
it
to
takes a lot out,
you
man.
send this work to the guys, and all of a sudden, no, we cannot do this key. No, this key, and we should perhaps change this. I'm like,
Yeah,
and
and we changed a lot of things. And what you ask if I have to re-sing? Yes, normally I sing the song when we think we know how the song is going. I do a recording of it, and then I wait for 2 days and I listen to it, and then I said, all right, I can do this better, and then I redo it because
Yeah.
I thought when I sang it in the moment, that feeling felt right, but maybe when I listened to it 2 days later, I think I can do it better. So we have actually sent things to the producers that they said this is okay, and I listened to what they mixed for us, and I said no, I can do it better, and then I send them some new clips. And I know Simon sometimes said, but I think it's okay, and then I send him the new clip and said, all right, you could do better.
Yeah,
Not
and then
all
we
they
of the
have
change
a
time.
back
lot
the
of
key again.
we have a lot of perfectionists there that
Yeah.
needs to have their saying, and that's we have this unwritten rule in the band that we have to be all of us have to agree that okay, this is the end result before we go on, and
Even
that's yeah, even the audio team, even the producer. So we have when we are agreeing on it, the final version, all of us, then we release the song, but not before that. We have changed and changed and changed. I mean, I have the. I think the worst one is the song that is only in Swedish as for now. It's called Ännu mer, and it took a whole full circle because we had one version, we liked that, but Olaf started, nah, I can do this, and then Emil said, no, I don't like this, and I started to rewrite things, but then we rewrote so much. So at one point we just said, okay, but perhaps it was best the way it was in the beginning, and we all agreed that. So it just took a really full circle turn. It was quite fun actually.
That's awesome, man. They hear that. Like, you don't hear that a lot. Like, most people just
No.
buy your album. They don't get to have this conversation, right? And feel where the songs come from and hear where it comes from, right?
Every song has a story, a total fucking story, every is based on a true experience. I mean, and as Olaf said before, it's always it's so easy. We always write so you can make your own story out of it.
Yeah.
A good example is the song "No One Can Hear You." "No One Can Hear You" is quite a harsh lyric. If you translate that, it's a song about raw passion. It's
Yeah.
the urge. It's not raw passion. It's not good or evil. It's just you have to go with it when the passion caught you. But the lyric talks about uh, raw passion between two people, and one of them is saying, "Scream, cry, or shout, no one can hear you tonight." And that could be, if you just hear that line, it could be like of abuse or something. But
Could
the
be
backstory,
anything.
yeah, the
Whatever you
backstory,
feel, right, when you hear it.
exactly. The backstory is actually it's about two people that we know. One of them who met on the internet, and they lived quite a long way from each other, and their conversation got really hot. And don't ask me why I got to read some of this. That's another story. I won't tell that.
Yeah, another time.
I got to read it, and I got to see some things that cannot be unseen. Then finally they decided to meet, and one of the last texts that they sent before meeting was just the title of this: "No one can hear you tonight. Scream, cry, or shout now, baby, because no one can hear you tonight." And if you have just read that text, it could have been so bad, but this
Oh,
was
yeah.
the way they talked. This was the way they talked. So
Yeah.
if you have seen the contracts, then you know that this is nothing bad in this.
Well, that's the fucking funny
So
part about especially us now. When you're reading headlines and shit, they only take 2 seconds or 2 sentences out of a conversation and say this or that is the controversy. That one word you said taken out of context can start. It's unreal, man. Like, especially nowadays with the internet and stuff. So stuff goes around the world, right? So now you guys are fairly newer in that sense as being a complete band now. How has the internet fucking helped you guys with your obviously promoting and getting your music out there? It's got to be a lot easier nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's both.
Should you start, Emily? You took a breath.
No, I don't know. I can't. I mean, I would say a little bit of both, actually. I mean, to get your things out and possible for people to listen to. That's very easy now compared to back in the days. But also the noise is so much more today. And to get through, you need to put a lot of more time into this endeavor to reach out. So it's sort of a mixed bag. I think the difference is though that everyone has the possibility now if you just put enough work into it. But the noise it's very loud.
I mean, it's if you only take Spotify for alone, there are 40,000 songs released a day.
Yeah, that's insane to even think about nowadays. Because back in the day, I remember bands. Cold was one of them in the parking lot handing out their tapes. You know what I mean? Like, because there was no internet and shit. But yet, from doing that on their shows, they kind of got exposed. But nowadays, it just takes that one little split second, and boof, 10 million fucking views. You know, doesn't matter if you're just mooning the camera or jumping in a pond. You could. So I hear what you're saying about the noise, right? Like, there's a lot more than just music drowning music out nowadays, right? Like,
Unfortunately, there is. It's been, look. It's no secret that there's much tech behind today's
Mm.
modern music, the pop and R&B and so genre, the studio work behind it, and the layering and the things. It's very hard to do this live, what they do in the studio, and I kind of feel that music has gone very commercial, much more commercial now when we have such vast amount of it.
Oh, it's unreal how much is out there now, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
it's more quantitative than quality now.
Mhm.
So because everyone can release their music, and the
well,
quality
one hit
is
wonders are off the wall now. You just hear
Yeah.
one song by that band or that person, and then you never hear another fucking thing from them. You know,
Exactly.
it's not right, but it is right. I guess it's a form of evolution. You know, you guys will always be putting songs out and shit. It's not just going to be this song or that song is what you're going to rely on. You know what I mean? Like, you
Exactly.
guys really have that passion for music that I so seek in life. You know, like,
Yeah.
it's hard to find. Well, it's not hard to find now for me, but hopefully I can help other people find that same thing, you know, by doing this, right? So if it gets you guys out and exposed, it gets anybody out there, fuck, let's do it, right? Like,
Yeah, I live and die by my strings.
right. So let's dabble in a little bit how we met. Actually, we met from a mutual friend in Florida, who also lives in Sweden part time or some shit.
You
Bones.
mean Sam?
Or
Yeah.
Sam, yeah. I always call her Bone. She's
Oh, yeah.
Bones and I'm Bones. Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's here as well. We see, she's been
In the chat room. Yeah.
Commenting
Yeah.
here and there, yeah. So let's what is she to you guys then? Like, because that's my connection to finding your music. So we got to give her a little shout out and talk a little bit about what she does and
we
shit,
have
right?
to
So
talk about Sam. She's brilliant. She's great. She's doing so much hard work for us and trying to. Yeah, I live in Florida. Never been to Sweden, but she's probably gonna come visiting. She's tell us anyway. So
yeah, last I talked, she was talking June or
Yeah.
July or something, because I was like, I could be available as well. We can combine our efforts and come and interview you guys in person, maybe see a live show, you know.
That sounds great. And attend to a barbecue, and a famous one maybe.
Live.
Yeah.
My buddy's home from work. I'm just letting them know we're live. So
Yeah, but yeah, she's our PR manager, and yeah,
Actually,
oh yeah.
I think it was we had an interview with Mary, right? And
Yeah.
she tipped us about Sam. So on Mary's Mayhem. So she's sort of the contact that brought us together. With connection with Sam. So pure luck.
No, that's
a good luck.
sometimes that's how it works. So you know, like the universe gives you a sign sometimes, and you gotta take it. You know, I'm gonna have to turn left because that sign says this way. You know.
And the same goes if you have turned the other way, right?
Yeah, because we would have never met. You know what I mean? You guys. Not that this is like the greatest podcast ever or show, but you know, you guys are here. You're with me now, so you know we would have that would have never happened if I didn't meet Sam as well, and you guys met her, and you know things get going, and fucking here we are, right?
Exactly. I would, if you would tell me to go left on a road sign, I would go straight forward. So.
Oh, I'm the worst. The guys I'll be driving at work, they're like, turn left here, I'll turn right. Sorry, man, I'm fucking.
you and me would never get there.
Oh no, man, we just drive around and end up everywhere but where we need to go.
Exactly, I know that. You and me, we should do a road trip, okay?
We should, man. We should.
Yeah, we
We'll
should do
go
that.
across Europe. Next year, I'll
Exactly.
be able to travel over to like give or take
Yeah,
to your
come
guys'
on then.
area and be able to
I'll
transfer
bring
and travel,
I
right?
bring a
So,
couple of beers and a guitar, and we can do that. All
oh,
right.
I'll bring my acoustic 100%. We can do some fucking unplugged shit.
All right, that's the deal.
I must
All right.
just ask. I must just ask. It was called the Bones Yard, right? The show.
Yeah,
That's sort of right.
sort of.
Talking
I
about Sam
normally,
Bones, right?
yeah. No, that's her. She met me. I met her actually through another band that she promotes and deals with. And the band's like, you have to talk to our promoter first. I'm like, fuck. I always like to talk to the band personally, but when I met Sam, ever since she's just been tossing bands, we've been talking and fucking working deals, but trying to get a stage over in multiple areas together now, right? And then I have my thing I've got in South Africa here at the end of November. We're working on getting the stage set up and stuff and a whole new setup, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I shouldn't even say nothing. You know what I mean? But spill some
Hey.
beans here and there, keep people interested.
All right. Yeah, perfect. We'll have some.
So, what's in the future for you guys? Are you guys planning on North America tour? Fucking at least coming to the U.S., if not Canada, or what's going down?
Oh, show
Yeah,
us
well,
the stage. We'll come there for sure.
Yeah, I do have access to a stage in Ontario as the moment, right? So, you guys are
Okay.
more than welcome next season because, fuck, you guys know we're close to winter, right? You guys are
Yeah.
getting there too, right? So,
I'm here. So yeah. I think we have kind of the same
give us
climate.
a heads up and a call, and we'll get there.
oh,
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
make something happen next season for sure, man. I would love to have you guys play at this place. There's a pond. We'd always cook food and stuff. We're gonna
Yeah.
work on the arrangements
Great.
on sleeping, so there's a little more accommodations for extra bands and such, right?
I love
So
that.
that's
Next,
spilling a
next.
few more beans here, but we're things
Yeah.
are happening. Things are changing. We're getting into this. I would call this my second season. You know what I mean? I had to take a little break there mentally and refocus and realize what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So
The otherwise we are planning to release our second album next year. So we will have to tour that album. So yeah, we can combine it.
Yeah. By that time, I hopefully will have a few places. You can go to Girona, maybe at the docks. We got the fucking it's gonna slip my name because I'm trying to say it. Man, it'll come back to me later. I'll shout it out, but fucking
Great.
yeah.
You know where I am. Just send me a message. I'll
And
be there.
I know a few local bands down there throughout Texas, like Cauterize, and then you got Northern New York with Thy Enemy and fucking In the Kingdom of Nightmares. I got it right this time, baby. I'm terrible at giving shout outs. It always goes away as soon as you try to do it, right? So is there so where do we find your stuff, man? We never said you guys on fucking everything or what?
We are
Well,
always.
you can find our things at all the streaming services, and you can of course go to our website pressure.band, where you can find the merch and where to find our music on what platforms. And then you have Pressure Sweden if you go to YouTube or Spotify, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
You can find.
The Pressure Sweden is the tag for all the social media.
Instagram.
So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and so you will write Pressure Sweden and you'll find us.
Well,
there.
tomorrow when your new tune comes out, I'll post it up with the links and everything towards wherever we can find you. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So I have a question for Ollie. For being a female vocalist, I run into this a lot. Actually, we've had many. I can't even tell you how many female vocalists. Who were like your influence and stuff? Who drove you to get into like the metal singing and the heavier singing?
Well, I don't know, probably Emily from Evanescence. That was just my biggest star. And I decided that I want to sing like her. Well, actually, I lost that inspiration a couple of years later. Yeah, but I don't know. When I met guys, Simon told me that I sound a bit like Tarja from Nightwish.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. Actually, I have nothing against Nightwish, but I kind of don't like their sound. Yeah, it probably Emily mostly, but now
Yeah.
I get the inspiration from every singer, not just female.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like
Regardless.
to sing like Jonathan Davis, and I just can't get out of my head. I just have to stop, have a cup of tea, and then start to sing again.
Yeah. So either singer, I know it takes a lot to be able to do your shows and sing. Have you guys received any training growing up or anything, or do you just naturally sing?
I took some singing lessons when I started to sing, but I found out pretty late that I wanted to sing. I was about 25, 26 years old, and it was because I was going to start playing guitar, and I realized pretty fast that I will not be able to do this really good. So let's try to sing together with the guitar, do some chords and do some singing. And then
Are
I
you
thought,
too old?
pardon?
You were
Too
too
old.
old.
Yeah, too old. I was 26 years old. I'm too old. But I realized that, yeah, I can play. I play the guitar still, but I mostly play it because I like it, not because
Oh, I'm
others
live on the air.
love listening to it.
I'll talk to you in a bit. So everyone's getting home from work and stuff, so I
All
gotta
right.
say hi. Yeah, I live
Perfect.
in a community home, right? Like, so there's a lot of different people that live here and stuff. So
All right.
yeah,
Yeah, but
cheaper.
so I took some singing lessons a few years back. I think I had private lessons for 2 years, and since then I haven't done it. But it would be a good thing to do. But yeah, you need to get time to do it as well. And Ollie, you can.
Well, I started singing, I don't know, back at school maybe, but I got my first and last singing teacher when I entered university. And that was just my first time I got on stage, all the students competitions, singing everywhere. Well, but it was okay. Yeah, she taught me, all these basics. And after that, I just realized that I want to go on my own. And I don't know, here I am singing in Pressure Band.
Yeah, obviously, it's your decisions have paid off for every one of you guys to finally come together, meet, and make this amazing music that you guys do, man. I really appreciate it. You know, I love all music, so I can't argue with what you guys do. Fuck, it's on my playlist now. I'll be putting it on our public Spotify list that I have with all the bands that have been on the show. So anything and everything you guys put out off of there will be on that playlist. Everyone can check it out, right?
Yeah,
Is there
we'll do that.
anything else we should cover tonight, man? Or like you guys want to keep shooting the shit? I don't know. I know it's late, right? So you guys all work and stuff, right? So
Not that late. It's those strange guys who doesn't do music for full time. I mean, as me. No, okay. No, it's been an honor to be on the show.
Oh,
We are all pumped up for our release party on Friday. You're welcome to join us. That will be a bit, yeah, it will be 2 hours before. It will be 1 p.m. EST for you.
okay.
But we would like to say to, as we come out now of the pandemic, everything opens up again and everything is slowly returning to normal. Please remember to support your local bands. Go to concerts.
Yeah.
Just give a comment or a like. Just give a share. Do everything, because not just for us in Pressure, it's for everyone out there. We need to have the local, the small bands, the medium bands, the natural bands. We need to have everyone to come back strong now after the pandemic. In
It's gonna
Sweden,
bring
we
a
have
tear to my eye.
yeah,
That's an
we
amazing.
have in Sweden we have many venues and clubs who has been forced to shut down during the pandemic.
Yes.
So there has been
Here, just in Barrie alone, we lost pretty well all our fucking venues for local bands and smaller
yeah.
bands to actually play and get that practice and get that time in, right? Like Toronto, they
And
closed 85 different venues, but like
yeah.
it's
And if we
unreal,
can
man.
get together as an audience, together as musicians, to help each other, to play together, to arrange shows, 3 or 4 bands come together, rent a place,
Yeah,
and do things, then the venues will reopen, and we will get a new, really good rock and metal scene back. So let's
yeah.
try to make this together. Remember to support your local bands. I would say that.
Oh, 100%, man. Like I want to buy property big enough to build a festival on and then just
Yeah.
have, bring you guys in, have our local bands come in, be able to have like 50 bands for the weekend, right? From all
Yeah.
over, all local bands, like, right? Like whether you're
I love
from
music.
Sweden or from Ireland, it doesn't
Yeah.
fucking matter, man. Like,
No, no matter. Music is universal. Let's go for it.
mm,
Stay metal always. Ha!
always, man. So on that note, fucking metal forever, baby. Play it loud, play it proud. Once again, give you guys a shout out. Please tell us where we can find you, name of your band, where you're from, and we'll close her out.
Yeah, we are Pressure
Pressure.
from Sweden. You can find us on all streaming services. On the social media, it's Pressure Sweden. And you can find us on our website, pressure.band, where you can find some really good merch and also links to different streaming services.
Perfect, man. Because tomorrow I will, once your single comes out, I get home, I'll add you guys up on the page, put that out for everyone to fucking see your new song. Not your single. I don't know why I said that. But hey, man, play it loud, play it proud. And here we were
Always.
with fucking Brusher here live in the Boneyard, man, all the way from Sweden, man. It was an honor, by the way, guys.
Same
Thank
to
you,
you.
Boneyard.
And one final thing there, I see we haven't answered to what they say here, but Susan, yes, we're gonna check Devil's Skin out. You can rely on that.
Yeah. Love new music. We'll have
I love it, man.
Right.